The huge concert honoring the life of Princess Diana went on despite the heightened security alert in Britain. More than 63,000 people packed into London's Wembley Stadium instead of marking the 10th anniversary of her death next month. Diana's sons organized the concert on what would have been their mother's 46th birthday. The concert was broadcast to millions of people around the world. Now for an insider's perspective on the anniversary, we have Hilary Brugan-Fordwich. She's a television commentator and former president of the British American Business Association. Hilary, a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
You were watching on television, but you said what we saw in this country and probably elsewhere around the world was just a smattering, a hint of what was really going on at Wembley.
Yes, it was. We actually just saw some excerpts, and in fact, they will be memorializing her in a more, let's say, formal way and a sadder way on the death anniversary, which is August 31st. This was a party to celebrate her life, and we saw just a part. The only time it actually became rather somber was when Elton John sang Candle in the Wind, as he did, and he performed that at her funeral. Exactly. That we did not see.
Cross-generational in the performers we saw, as I was telling before, there's Tom Jones with Josh Stone.
Yes.
And there was purpose in coming up with that cross-section of entertainers, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, Andrea, because you look at the cross-section of society that Princess Diana appealed to, racially, generationally, you know, whether you have a handicap or you're healthy, or whatever it was, people felt a connection to her because she connected with all people of all ages, races, religions, and types. And you saw that in terms of the performers. And I thought, for those of us that are somewhat older, when we saw Rod Stewart, you know, performing Maggie May, that brings back memories of, what, 35, 36
Absolutely.
years ago. And then there was Didi, then to have the Royal Ballet as well. I thought that it personified who she was. Her sons knew how to do that, and they did it well.
Well, the sons were saying in one interview that they were hoping it would also muffle the critics of their mother and whatever the critics felt was her lifestyle towards the end. What is her legacy in Great Britain? Is she as admired as she is in the United States?
Yes, she is, and in some ways, Andrea, even more so, because she actually touched physically and emotionally so many people's lives there. Yes, you could see from the outpouring not only at her death in the waves of flowers at Kensington Palace, but 63,000 people that chose to show yesterday, and it was a sold-out event.
Her sons taking the lead in this.
Yes.
We didn't see any other members of the royal family. How awkward was this? His father remarried to the woman that their mother accused of being the third person in the relationship.
Calling the Rottweiler, yes.
The Rottweiler. Yeah. The Queen, who really had to be pulled into the memorial services at the time of her death. What was this like inside the royal family?
Correct. It's a very good question. In fact, notice their absence.
Yes, those volumes.
But this would never have occurred without their endorsement, and they do want to see her memorialized in a proper way. They also, of course, are supportive of the boys, because these are the Queen's grandchildren. Prince Charles is their father, and they want it to settle. I feel that, and we see from their, you know, their absence, yes, we see that they all want this to be perceived as a unified royal family event because they let it occur.
Oh, what about for the anniversary of her death? The young sons were definitely interested in celebrating her life, but will there be other events remembering Diana?
Yes, there will be, Andrea. That will be on August 31st, the 10th year anniversary of her passing in Paris.
Much more somber than the concert that we had.
Far more somber. This was a celebration of her life. That will be a memorial of her death.
Hilary, thank you very much for being
Andrea.
here with us.